And we are live. Welcome back. Another night of fights. Some UFC from Mexico. Brandon Moreno versus Steve Erceg. Should be some good ones. These Mexicans usually scrap. Heavy Mexican card. Prelims were pretty good. I didn't go live for them, but I was watching them. Some entertaining fights. That one dude, the Cameroonian dude, looks like a fucking problem. If that guy can grapple, that guy's a problem. The guy Medina he was fighting was tough, durable, and he was fucking landing some good shots, rocked him a few times in that huge knee. That guy's a problem if he can grapple. But we saw it with Ngannou. Usually they can't grapple in the beginning. They got to find the right gym and learn how to grapple. But we'll see. But Erceg Moreno, who you guys got tonight, should be a scrap. I feel like a lot of people are picking Moreno, especially the fight being in Mexico City, but that kind of leads me to believe that Erceg might be pulling off the upset. A lot of pressure is going to be on Brandon Moreno. To put on for his Mexican people. Thank you for the follow, Chancho. You have a Spanish name, Chancho. Who you going for tonight? You rooting for Moreno? Or do you think Erceg pulls off the upset? I feel like a lot of people are going Moreno. Erceg doesn't have a chance, is what people are going with. Oof. I don't speak Spanish. Me scusi. Me apologies. But if you translate that, then I would know what you were saying. What do we got for this first one? Let me get over here. Ronaldo Rodriguez versus Kevin Borjas. Are they both Mexican? Mexico versus Peru. Both South America. Who are you guys leaning towards? The Peruvian or the Mexican? These events in Mexico usually deliver as far as entertainment. Usually very good fights. Oh, what do we got here? The rainbow wheeling me early. The Mexico crowd is definitely going for the Mexico. Thank you for the follow, fellow. I appreciate it. You're the man. I mean, don't know much about either guy, but I'm going to go off the records. Rodriguez got a better record, so let's go Rodriguez in this one. I feel like on these Mexico cards too, you don't get the name value too much. You get a lot of unknown Mexican fighters, but they usually come to fight. Let's see. We got 17-2 versus 9-3. So let's go with the better record, the more experience. We'll lean towards Rodriguez. Rodriguez starts out the fight stalking Borjas. Rodriguez looks way bigger than Borjas. Borjas looks a weight class lower than Rodriguez. Definitely way smaller. Oh, spinning back kick misses for Rodriguez. Or wheel kick, I guess you would call that. Oh, little Yair style low kick attempt, low kick fake into a head kick. Man, I noticed they should have put that fight on this card, Yair versus Pitbull. Then this card would have been a little bit more stacked, but I feel like this card's missing that name value. The co-main event is fucking Drew Dober. Oh shit. Big right hand from Borjas. Huge right hand from Borjas. Oh, nice left hook from Rodriguez. These guys are banging. I think Rodriguez was just getting a little wild. That allowed Borjas to land that right hand. I thought that was almost the end of the fight. Dropped him. Borjas backward rolled up into, come on, come on. Good body kick by Rodriguez. If the UFC builds these guys up, I'm sure a lot of them could wind up being action fighters. Fans will tune in to watch guys like this fight. But really don't know either guy. Who's watching these fights though? Anybody? Or is my commentary your only fight coverage right now? They are at altitude too. Haven't seen anybody look too weak in the cardio so far, but that's something you're always looking for at these fights at high altitude. Getting a lot of rainbow wheels, which I am never fond of. What are we doing here? Oh man, they got me frozen. Like Elsa. C-Rod robbed? I don't know. It robbed my parlays for sure. I had him by decision, but I don't know. It was a close fight. I thought it would have been a split. I am completely frozen right now. Is this what I'm going to get from Mexico? All right, we're back moving. Rodriguez in on a double leg up against the cage. Yeah, right now it's Rodriguez versus Borjas Chiwiwis. I think it's the feature fight, so he's a few fights away. I don't know what Kevin Vorja is. But right now, Rodriguez Rojas, good first round. Mexican and Peruvian beating the shit out of each other. Let's see what we got. I mean, Rodriguez got rocked and dropped in that first round, so it's hard to really come back from that. I would say Borjas probably edged out that first round. He's definitely outlanding Rodriguez so far. Rodriguez started good, but he's kind of doing too much. A lot of jumping around. A lot of wasted energy. And yeah, huge right hand from Borjas. Completely turned Rodriguez's jaw, dropped him. He ate it. He rolled, got right up, but surprisingly too, because Borjas looks undersized in this fight. He looks a little bit more crisp, though. Rodriguez looks a little wild. Round two. Good body kick by Rodriguez. Yeah, Borjas really sitting on his punches, waiting for Rodriguez to come in. Rodriguez keeps coming in with his hands down. Just a matter of time before Borjas catches him again, it looks like. If Rodriguez is doing anything good in this fight, he is controlling the center, is landing his kicks. I mean, that Rodriguez fight already kind of fucked up a couple of my parlays for the evening. Ooh, big jumping knee misses for Rodriguez. I don't know. I saw some people saying robbery, but I feel like myself included, I had Rodriguez, so. Ooh, another big right hand for Borjas. What's up, Tiesto? I mean, I think Moreno is a good pick, but I also could see Erceg pulling off the upset. I was just talking about that before. Moreno's got a lot of pressure on him. Fighting in Mexico. If I'm not mistaken, he's lost 2 fights in a row, right? Hasn't he lost recently? Or is that Erceg? Erceg's lost 2 in a row. Let me see before I start spitting out misinformation. Yeah, Erceg's lost 2 in a row. Moreno's lost 2 of his last 3, though. 2 split decisions, though, which are always tough. But yeah, Borjas keeps timing this right hand. Steve Moneyline. I mean, his back's definitely against the wall, too. Lost 2 in a row. Moreno is not the guy you want to fight when you've lost 2 in a row, especially in Mexico. UFC matchmakers definitely stacked the deck against Erceg in this one. They definitely didn't do him any favors. Ooh, another good right hand from Borjas. Another good little right hand. A lot of lunging from Rodriguez, and he's getting caught on the way in. Oh, another good right hand by Borjas. So yeah, I'm giving Borjas this second round too. Even though Rodriguez is controlling the center, he's got Borjas backing up. He just keeps getting timed and countered. Rodriguez in on a takedown, gets stuffed. I'd say Borjas is winning. The Mexican is doing too much and not being effective. Commercial break before round 3. But yeah, again, I'd say Borjas is winning. Keeps landing a lot of really good right hands. Dropped Rodriguez in the first round. So far in total strikes, he's outlanded him 39-27. It looked like it was going to be Rodriguez's fight for like the first minute, but then he looked bigger. He had a lot more volume. Then he started fucking him up, though, with the right hands. Who you guys picking in the main event? Erceg or Moreno? Running teep kick to start the third round for Rodriguez. Definitely, I think he's down 2-0. Needs to make something happen in this third round to steal this fight. Maybe a bribed Mexican judge gave one of those first 2 rounds to Rodriguez, but he didn't do enough, in my opinion, to win either one of those rounds. Another right hand for Borjas. Ooh, good left hook to the body for Borjas. A little right hand to the body for Rodriguez. Another good right hand sneaks in there for Borjas. He's got a very good right hand. Very good counter right hand, Borjas. Ooh, there's a little left hook lands for Rodriguez. He's definitely swinging, trying to end this fight. I'm seeing a lot of the people that they're putting up right now as well have Borjas up 2-0. Pretty solid defense, too, from Borjas. A little blood coming out of the mouth now, though, of Borjas, right? As I say, how his defense is looking good. But yes, someone asking for the Chiwiwis. When is the Chiwiwis fight? Is he a fan favorite at this point? Like, are people interested in Raul Rosas fights? I feel like he's still lacking, at least for me. He's not that guy yet. I know, who'd he lose to? Lost to Christian Rodriguez. Christian Rodriguez lost tonight, so that kind of dumps his stock a little bit, in my opinion. Does he finish? Who's he fighting tonight? Morales, right? He needs to finish Morales, who is durable, but he needs to finish Morales for me to start to believe the hype of Raul Rosas. I feel like his striking's still suspect. And yeah, I guess I was just they hyped him up so much. I guess that's the problem. I was expecting more from him. Both guys trading low kicks. Even third round so far. Oh. Little short right hand just landed for Rodriguez. Couple swings and misses for Borjas on the counters. Ooh. Little right hand just landed for Rodriguez. Good low kick for Rodriguez. Looked like he hurt himself landing that leg kick. Swing and a miss with the 1-2 for Rodriguez. Ooh, another good short right hand lands for Borjas on the counter. Yeah, just like got 50 seconds left. DC just noted the one thing I'm definitely seeing, Borjas. Good defense from Borjas. Keeps his hands up, always brings his hands back to his chin. Rodriguez pointing to the middle of the mat now, 30 seconds left. Rodriguez keeps his hands low, throws a lot of wild shit. Now they're swinging. Good little left hook just landed for Borjas. 20 seconds. Ooh, good right hand lands for Borjas. 10 seconds. Good low kick at the end for Rodriguez. Nothing significant. Ooh, big right hand lands for Borjas at the bell. Both guys tough, durable. I'd watch both of those guys fight again. But yeah, I definitely think the Peruvian won that fight. All the replays they're going to have is the Peruvian landing that right hand over and over. But yeah, not the best fight card, if you will. Usually these cards deliver. But let's look at the numbers that they're giving us. Again, I don't know how accurate these numbers ever are because it's not easy to count strike stats during a fight. But 66-57, they're saying Rojas outlanded Rodriguez. One takedown for Rodriguez earlier in the fight. Looking like the underdog is going to cash here for Borjas. David Martinez versus Solomon Oliveira up next. Yep, the Peruvian takes it. Thank you for the follow, Gilbert. I appreciate it. You're the man. Great name as well. Shout out to the OG Gilbert Burns. They were going to do Gilbert Burns versus that Michael Morales on the UFC Miami card, but for some reason they pushed that fight back. I think that's another fight they could have threw on this card. I feel like this card could have been a banger if they would have just put one more fight on it. Like, there is no realm where Manuel Torres versus Drew Dober should be my co-main event. That's trash. I get it. It's a Mexico card. You put a bunch of Mexicans, but like that fight, Manuel Torres is a Mexican fighting an American. The feature fight is Edgar Chavez versus CJ Vergara. I think Vergara obviously has some Mexican in him or Spanish, Latino in him, but that's a Mexican versus an American. Raul Rosas versus Morales, two Americans, probably with some Mexican blood. Next up, we have a Mexican versus a Brazilian. I get what they're doing here, but I feel like this fight card is just fucking weak. These fights will wind up being good because they're scrappy fighters, but no name value. You got to get the fans in there with some name value. The Tate Kanye interview, I haven't heard anything about it. I'd watch it, though. I don't know if that's the real Kanye, though. That's fake Kanye. Kanye said if he ever leaves and comes back, it's not him. And I feel like even now that there's so much doubt that it is the real Kanye, the crazy tweets and stuff that he does, I feel like they're doing that to throw people off. I miss the old Kanye. But yeah, Kanye was probably cloned. Let's go. Wrap it up. Play this guy off. Wrap it up. I'm good on this fucking translator nonsense. Good performance, though, by the Peruvian. The Black Rooster. Not the best nickname. Anthony Pettis with his smoking hot lady. Kelvin with his Asian chick. Alex Pajeda in the building. Wait, was Kelvin Joe Pyfer supposed to be on this card? No. Oh, it was. That's the fight that should have been on this card. I guess that was the co-main event. Joe Pyfer illness? What the fuck? I was wondering. There was definitely something missing with this card. And yeah, that's what's missing. Kelvin Gastelum versus Joe Pyfer. Shout out to Kelvin, though, with the hot Asian chick. Good on him. I wonder if he met her at a tuggy spot. But man, Joe Pyfer versus Kelvin, I was looking forward to that. But I feel like that might have been a tough one for Kelvin. Technically and experience-wise, he probably has Pyfer. But Pyfer's tough, way bigger than him. You know, Kelvin's just the undisciplined 170-pounder who smokes a lot. Brandon Moreno, too. Props to him. Oh, so yeah. All right, his chick's smoking. I mean, Erceg's walking with a hot chick as well. Joe Pyfer, I can't watch the video now, but Joe Pyfer addresses UFC Mexico fight day cancellation. Hopes to rebook the fight with Kelvin for a few weeks from now. But yeah, even with that fight, it's still not the best card. Like me personally, I don't give a fuck about the 125-pound division. Which one is Lazy Boy? I think Lazy Boy fought. I forget. I heard the name before. Oh yeah, I think he lost actually. He's the one who just lost to Porras, right? Yeah, I think Lazy Boy just lost. They are streaming this fight on ESPN Plus. Yeah, Lazy Boy lost that decision to Porras. C-Rod was robbed. I've seen a few people say it. I mean, I had him on my parlays, so yeah, I was robbed in that sense, but I don't think he did enough. Yeah, the guy Lazy Boy with those, he was doing too much. He was jumping, leaping, and he kept getting countered. If they land, great. Like I always think of Yair Rodriguez versus BJ Penn, but if they're not landing, you have to find that point when you stop throwing them. They were working against him in this fight. What's his name was too sharp. What was it? Pujas, the Peruvian guy, was too sharp, too tight with his defense, too crisp of a counter right hand. He definitely needed a coach to be like, stop that jumping shit. Just keep your hands up and fucking walk this guy down. He would basically have his hands up, would get in striking range, and then he would do some stupid shit and wind up getting countered. Like if you're an amateur fighter or a young pro, you definitely don't watch that guy and say, let me do that shit. Exactly, Lift. Very simple game plan. Just tight defense and yeah, I'm seeing there's an error right there. His record's 11-1. David Martinez. There's an error on the UFC website, says he's 1-0. But next up, Simon Oliveira versus David Martinez, Mexican versus Brazilian. They definitely went with that theme of Mexicans versus other countries. He got one takedown, Rodriguez, but like he didn't hold him. He didn't like get him down for long. He looked bigger, Rodriguez. Early on, it looked like, oh shit, this fight's going his way. He was backing up the Peruvian guy, but then the Peruvian guy just started timing that right hand. Very durable, both guys, though. They both, any shots that Rodriguez landed, the Peruvian guy ate pretty well, that he didn't even react. And then everything that he was hitting the guy Lazy Boy with was, he was able to eat them. Yeah, Martinez should win. I always look at the easiest way, the easiest metric you can always look at is a guy's record. But then if you got to look a little deeper sometimes. But Martinez 11-1, Simon Oliveira is 18-5. So both good records, but 5 people have figured out Oliveira already. And let's see, very heavy favorite for Martinez. So usually that's tough though. When you're that big of a favorite, it's tough to win the fight you're supposed to win. It's always like easier said than done. They need to get like better commercials. It's in Mexico. You would think they would give everything they got to get the dub. Yeah. I mean, what are you talking about? The Rodriguez fight again? I feel like they were going after it. Both of those guys were going hard. Both just very durable. But yeah, in that fight, the Mexican guy definitely let his country down. He lost to the Peruvian. I'm sure there's some type of rivalry there between those countries. And yeah, he just fought like shit. Terrible game plan, doing bullshit. Again, maybe I'm a sizist, if that's the word. I don't give a fuck about these lighter weight classes sometimes when they're unknown fighters. Even though I am a diehard, I'm also, you know, I like to watch fights that have a little bit more clout to them than two random flyweights, two random bantamweights. Like, are either of these guys ever going to be a champion? No, probably not. Are they ever going to fight for a title? No, probably not. Are they ever going to break the top 15? No, probably not. But let's see. Maybe this Rodriguez guy, 11-1, Mexico City, huge favorite. Tied for the longest active win streak on fighters on tonight's card. But what is he in the UFC? I think 1-0. Who win the other one, bro? What do you mean, Wiesel? Oh, they got this fucking loser, Mark Goddard. Hate Mark Goddard. You know, the reason I hate Mark Goddard, he'll let the prelims kill each other. And those fights, like, go too long, but then he'll stop main events early. Stop co-main events early. Like, the more established veterans that have been more proven, he stops those fights quicker. The last fight was the Peruvian guy. Keep forgetting his name now. Oh, Borjas. I keep calling him Pujols. Borjas beat Rodriguez by decision. Good fight. Pretty good fight. But Rodriguez was just a little wild. Couldn't get out of the way of the right hand. Was a good fight, though. Now we got Martinez versus Oliveira. Mexico versus Brazil. I mean, they did wise up, though, too, putting a lot of lower weight classes on this card in Mexico because they're at altitude. Usually the bigger guys, 155, 170 and up, they start looking like shit 6-7 minutes into the fight. Unless they train at altitude. That's definitely something you got to prepare for. Battle of the low kick so far. Nice little right hand sneaks in for Oliveira. 3:30 left in the first. Very quick switch kick there from Martinez. Oliveira blocked it, but he definitely needs to sneak that in a little bit more. Spinning back fist attempted by Oliveira, misses. Good low kick by Martinez. A lot of movement from both guys. Not a lot of action yet. A lot of feints. Another spinning back fist. He should get away from that spinning back fist this guy keeps throwing. It's not a good looking spinning back fist. He's not timing it well. Now they're pressed up against the cage. Martinez got Oliveira pressed against the cage. A couple of weird exchanges so far. Like, they just right there, like, grabbed each other and just started running up against the cage. No strikes thrown. Both trying to set up and time strikes, but they both just didn't get anything off. And now they're having that same thing again. Both guys are like getting caught up in the clinch a lot, and both kind of second guessing the strikes that they got to throw. There's a little glancing right hand lands for Martinez. Good calf kick lands for Martinez. Another spinning back fist attempt. Doesn't land. Head kick blocked. Thrown by Martinez. Blocked by Oliveira. Martinez caught a teep. Tripped. Kind of like threw Oliveira to the ground, but let him back up. 40 seconds left. Ooh, good right hand to the body, followed by a left hook to the head by Martinez. Ooh, big right hand by Martinez. Dropped him. He's on top. Landed some ground and pound. See, like this one. Mark Goddard, what are you doing? Stoppage finish for Martinez. See what I'm saying? He lets that prelims go too far. But if that was a main event or a co-main event, he would have stopped it the second they hit the fucking ground. Every time, every fight card that you watch Mark Goddard referee, you will, if there's a stoppage in the main event or the co-main event, you can go watch a prelim where he let it go too far. That's literally his calling card, Mark Goddard. And then people praise him like he's a good ref. I think he's a fucking terrible ref. But very impressive performance there by Martinez. Right as my brain was saying, he's definitely winning this first round. Swing and a miss by Martinez or by Oliveira with a left hand. Left himself overextended. Got countered hard with a right hand. Lunging. You know, he was like, he threw a left hand, then lift up his back leg and was left hanging out there. Reaching way too far for Martinez. The Mark Goddard special. I'm surprised Mark Goddard didn't let it go another strike or two. That's usually his MO. He definitely is sending out some CTE when he's a ref. But all right, I take that back. Maybe Martinez gets somewhere in his career. I mean, granted, he didn't beat anyone good or anyone world-renowned, but he beat a solid fighter. Moves up the rankings. Now we got Rojas versus Morales. This is definitely a fight that I think a lot of people are looking at on this card. Even though, like I said, Rojas is just not that guy for me. He had that whack fucking song that he made with his stupid fucking dance all over TikTok. And yeah, he's just a hype machine. The UFC definitely built this kid up, and just the skills haven't been there for me. The skills have not been there for me. I feel like, too, they give him fights to win. They give him strategic opponents like they're trying to go the Conor McGregor route and build him up. I don't remember them giving him really good strikers with good takedown defense. They keep giving him like freestyle fighters, like guys well-rounded but no specialties. Big win there for Martinez. Or maybe that's why they didn't put Yair. Wasn't that fight with Jeremy Stevens and Yair in Mexico? And the fans started throwing shit. Muchas gracias. But Rojas, Morales, I wouldn't mind seeing Morales win. Yeah, I'd throw some sticks at Stephanie Booker, the NXT chick. Oh man, how are they gonna do Henry Cejudo dirty like that? Are they really gonna show Bahamundez and the Korean Zombie, but they're not gonna show Henry Cejudo? That's terrible. Hopefully they're saving Cejudo for later, but that's disrespect. They don't even have Henry Cejudo sitting front row. He was like fifth row. Imagine if dude never came back. Fucked up his whole legacy by coming back. Now they sit him in the fifth row. They don't show him on TV. So Vince Morales won 5 of his last 7, 16-9. Fighting Raul Rojas Jr., 10-1. And again, no homo, but ugliest fucking dude on the roster. Like if I am actually rooting for Raul, I am rooting for Raul Rosas Jr. because with that face, this dude needs to win fights to get pussy. This guy looks like a little kid drew him. Like he is ugly as fuck. And yeah, now they're showing this fucking goofy dance, this stupid song. I liked the Chiwiwis until they went to the song and the dance and they took it a little too far for me. But yeah, he needs to finish this guy Morales. Not get sprawled and brawled on and fucked up for 3 rounds. But yeah, the first couple times I was like, yeah, this is cool, the Chiwiwi, and then they kind of played it out. Ruined it for me. Yeah, Piper getting sick fucking bummed me out. I was looking at the card and I was like, something's missing from this card. Like, this card kind of sucks. And even Piper Kelvin, I mean, good fight, would have picked this card up a little bit, but this card is pretty weak. But Piper Kelvin was definitely a good one to be on here. I feel like Kelvin was in some trouble there, though. Piper is big. Piper's like one of the biggest middleweights that they got. So that would have been a tough one for him. Is Florida State still up? Is the question. Oh my God. No, they're fucking down by 10. Are you kidding me, bro? What the fuck? That will ruin my day. They're down. They were up by 3 at the end of the first half. Now they're down by 30 to 17 in the second. They're down by 10. 7:41 left. Oh my God, I need to come back. That's fucking terrible. I could have cashed out my bet for 200. Now it's dropped to $22. I need to come back right now. That's fucking terrible. That's more annoying than Pfeiffer getting sick. Is Florida State blowing their fucking lead? I mean, I would definitely get Montezula's revenge if I went to Mexico. I don't know if my stomach's built for that shit, for street tacos in Mexico. But good luck to John Anik. I don't know what you mean, Seba. Do I have a Discord? Sore subject. I have a loser cousin who told me to set up a Discord. He would help run it, and then he never fucking did a fucking thing. Set it up and just left me with it. But yeah, I don't go on Discord much. I should, but no, I'm a slacker as far as Discord goes. Why? What do you got going on Discord? Anything good? All right, we're down by 8. Come on, Florida. You can't lose to fucking Texas Tech. That would be some dog shit. UFC on lock in? Oh, UFC on lock in, yes. We got the Chiwiwis guy versus Morales coming up next. Yes, I agree, but I gamble, so I put money on college basketball. That's the only reason I care. That would be a reason to care. But yes, UFC is the only sport that matters. Fighting in general, only sport that matters. Motherfucker, Florida. Now they're back down by 10. 6 minutes left. Number 1 team in the country. Now they're going to get fucked by the number 3 team. I'm the Goggins of gambling. I don't know. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Basically the John Jones of picks. Okay. So pick the next 4 fights. We got Rojas versus Morales, Chavez versus Figuera, Torres versus Dober, and Moreno versus Erceg. Go, John. What do you got? John Jones me the accurate picks of these next few fights. Goggins mentality X gambling is crazy. Gambling makes life fun, but you definitely regret when you lose. Okay, we hit a 3. We're down by 7. They just need a couple stops, Florida. They're the better team. They got to fucking get this shit together. That was like, I forget who did it the other night, but there was one team that came back big the other night that I won on. Texas Tech, maybe? But then I got fucked last night on the spread from Houston. Houston blew a 10-point lead. They won by 2 on like a buzzer beater, but they blew a fucking 10-point lead. I needed 5 points. Sons of bitches. But all right, we could do 7. We could do 7. We can come back from down 7. Offensive rebound, Texas Tech timeout. Fuck you, Texas Tech. But yeah, actually, if I do sports bet, a sports bet less on fights and more on other sports. Because fights are pretty unpredictable. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do dabble. But then when you get a fight like the Christian Rodriguez fight, you're like, fuck this. Rosas Jr., Chavez. The problem with Rosas Jr. is they have the odds too big. So there's no real return on your money. Oh, what are we doing here? But let's see. Yeah, he's minus 600, minus 575. So if I pick all of those just straight, I'm only getting 350. Plus 350. I will say, there are some hot chicks in the crowd here in Mexico. Not mad at that. I am not mad at that. They will probably suck you off and then clean your house. I wonder too. I know both these guys are in the Vegas area or have trained in the Vegas area. I wonder if these two have ever shared the mat or trained with each other. Oh, Morales looks ready to fuck Rosas Jr. up. Like he's not playing games with this kid. That's the thing too. He's still only 20, so he probably doesn't have that man strength yet. He's got to rely on technique, and I don't think the technique is there yet. but they got him minus 520. I got him on DraftKings as minus 600. Oh, I was gonna say, what are they fucking? He said Marab will be watching this one intently. Like, I was hoping he wasn't gonna say, like, thinking this is a future opponent. I don't think Raul Rosas, at the rate he's at now, the skill set he has now, he's not getting to a title. If he improves his striking a great deal, then maybe. He is still young. When you're that age, you can make huge improvements in between fights and with good training camps. See, but that's the problem. Horrible takedown attempt there by Raul Rosas Jr. Oh, he lands a little right hand, though. A lot of stance switches. Ooh, good straight left from Rosas. His striking's looking a little cleaner. That's a better takedown attempt. He's in on a double. Lifts Morales up, slams him down. Good takedown there by Rosas Jr. Morales gets his guard back. Rosas Jr. trying to pass. And there you go. He passes the side control. Trying to step over into mount. Settles for side control. We're back to side control. Morales holding on to a headlock. Can't really guillotine a guy from there. Gets his guard back, though. Inactivity? What do you mean? Morales trying to scramble to his feet. Gives up his back a little bit. Oh, my God. Stupid shit. Has the back with one hook in. Morales trying to shake him off. He's got one hook in. Come on with the stupid shit. TikTok always fucking with me. There's a takedown for Morales. And now Morales is on top of Rosas. See, like he had a lot of top control, but he did nothing. Just kept his head in Morales' stomach, trying to pass. Didn't really land anything. Scrambles. Now he's caught in a front headlock. Morales trying to set up a Peruvian necktie. Oh, he had an anaconda. Really ran out of time. I mean, Rosas probably wins that first round, but like if that's the way he's fighting, that's fucking boring as fuck. All right, well, TikTok always does this thing where it says we have detected inactivity during your live, and then it gives you like a puzzle piece to put in, but it never fucking works for me. So there's no puzzle piece. So what they wind up doing is they count down 5 minutes and then they kick me off. So I might need to restart this live. So if you can do me a favor, throw me a follow because they might be kicking me off in a second. We're down to 3:30. And clearly I'm on the internet, but it says no internet connection. Always with this stupid shit. But yeah, now it comes into, even though these guys are 35 pounders, the fighting at altitude, that was a hard paced grappling first round. Fucking shit. There's a takedown for Rosas. I'm sure he's going to do nothing with this takedown. What the fuck? This fucking bullshit. Morales is finding a hole in Rosas' scrambling ability in this fight. Come on with this stupid fucking thing. But yeah, again, if you guys can, throw me a follow over here on TikTok. They're about to kick me off in a minute and 40 seconds, and then I'll have to restart my live. They do this stupid fucking thing where they make you verify an image where you have to put a puzzle piece together, but it never fucking works for me. Such stupid shit. But yeah, they do me dirty with this shit all the time. But yeah, like this round, I mean, he's winning with control, but he's doing no damage. Rosas Jr. But yeah, again, throw me a follow because they're about to kick me off this live. And then I'll hop back on, finish up the last few fights with commentary. Morales trying to shake Rosas off the top. And yeah, I'd have to look at the strikes landed. He hasn't landed a fucking thing. It's actually terrible. Oh, there we go. Oh, it finally worked. Awesome. Didn't have to leave. So, I mean, again, Rosas is winning, but it's very uneventful. It's like lay and pray. It's like he fights like a Dagestani who can't throw strikes. Like they're saying he's landed 10 significant strikes. No, the fuck he has not. If he landed 18 strikes, they were like pity patter arm strikes. He hasn't landed a fucking thing. And if he's struggling with Vince Morales on the ground, I don't know. That lets me know he's a ways away from significant fights. What do you guys in the chat? What do you guys think of Raul Rosas Jr.? Another takedown attempt, but he gets sprawled on. And it looks like Raul Rosas is a little tired right now. He's about to get Darst. Good scrambling. Anaconda choke right now being applied by Vince Morales. Rosas is grunting, but he looks like he's still in there. He's got space. He's got the angle to avoid being choked. Oh. He's got his arm extended out. That's what's saving him right now. Oh. He just toughed his way out of that one. So now Rosas is on top of Morales in side control. Okay. Okay. Florida came back. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Let's go. But yeah, Raul Rosas, very boring fighter. Crotch sniffer. Like, I love grappling, but if you're a crotch sniffer and you don't do any offensive ground and pound and you're literally just trying to lick the guy's fucking sweat, I'm good on that. I am good on that. That shit's trash. But he is a straight up crotch sniffer. There is no posturing up and landing ground and pound, no effective striking, straight crotch sniffing. Straight up crotch sniffing. You know, he takes guys' backs just so he can have his balls and his junk rubbing on the dude. No attempts to finish chokes, no ground and pound, no nothing. Terrible. Let me know what you guys think of Raul Rosas Jr. Because this shit is rough to watch. And I'm a grappling enthusiast. I love grappling. But I actually want to see him just fight tougher opponents just so he gets fucked up. I don't got to watch this shit no more. Nobody wants to watch a crotch sniffer. Oh, so these two have trained together. That's a big thing when guys fight. This guy, Morales, though, he's got a hole in his grappling. He needs to figure out how to finish these chokes from the front headlock. You got to trap the arm. That's numero uno. Florida came back. Florida came back. Let's go. I disagree, John Anik. That was a pretty boring grappling fight. There was a lot of grappling, but that was a boring. Oh, that's good if you had rolled by decision, but he's terrible to watch. He's the definition of a crotch sniffer. No ground and pound, no submission attempts. That shit is terrible. No, zero damage. They're trying to say he had fucking. Here's the funniest thing about that fight. They're saying that he had 23, all right, 14 significant strikes, 23 total strikes. I didn't even see 23 total strikes. I definitely did not see any significant strikes. Yeah, that shit was fucking ass. I mean, Vince too, though. Vince couldn't stop what he was doing and was letting Raul Rosas sniff him and grind on his back and shit. You know, I love guys. I love grappling. Don't get me wrong. I grappled for most of my life, but you got to throw ground and pound. You got to try to submit the guy. You got to try to do more than just hold position and sniff him. Like, they need to give Rosas a guy with a striker with some takedown defense. I would have actually loved if the Mexican judges were like, we're not rewarding that. That shit was fucking terrible. Yeah. Bro, he crotch sniffed and humped the dude's fucking back. He threw no strikes, no submission attempts. That shit was fucking terrible. Hopefully he at least has an excuse or a reason, like I had an injury or something going on. I was tired because the fight's at altitude, something. But that fight was terrible. Fucking terrible. And I feel like he's been fraud checked a little bit. His striking's a little suspect. Thank you for the follow, Trist. Is that Tristan? I appreciate it. But yeah, I feel like he definitely has been fraud checked. I was saying before the fight started, I'm not a fan. I'm not sold on him. I think that he's a total fucking hype machine. I think the UFC built him up, and there's no way he's going to deliver because he's just not that guy. I liked the Chiwiwis the first time I heard it, and then they played it out. He made a fucking rap video about it, a dance. He doesn't fight the way that should warrant the following he has. Like, I'll use Tony Ferguson as an example. Old school Tony Ferguson. He used to go out there, put his mouthpiece in, and fight to the death. Does Raul Rosas fight to the death? No. That's fucking boring. And I'm a grappling purist. I fucking love grappling. That's terrible. That's crotch sniffing. That's grinding on a dude in a 15-minute fight. And then for Vince Morales, he needs to go back to the gym. So when you go for an anaconda or a darce or any type of submission like that, you gotta, if the arm's out here, this shit's open. You gotta close that shit up. You gotta get your legs involved to trap that arm. That's what was allowing Rosas to survive those chokes, is his shit was opened up. You gotta close that shit. Whoever's going to take him to that belt, bro, I don't want to see that guy anywhere near a title fight, let alone a fight that gets him into title contention. Like Khabib, who was always called a crotch sniffer, wasn't a crotch sniffer. He threw ground and pound. He tried to finish people with ground and pound. He had TKO finishes on the ground. Islam throws strikes on the ground. That was 3 rounds of straight grinding on a dude. All right. Now they show Cejudo. I was going to say, I was upset before about Cejudo. Henry Cejudo went from being an Olympic gold medalist, 2-weight world champion, to retiring as champion, to now they sit him 5th row, and they don't give a fuck about him. Ooh, Rob Font's a good one. They will never give him Rob Font. Rob Font will beat the brakes off that kid. They're going to wait till Rob Font's like 43 before they make that fight. But yeah, I don't even want to look at the rankings right now and see. I'm not even going to give him that much attention. Like, oh, let's see who Raul Rosas should fight next. I don't want to see him fight anybody. Put that shit on the prelims. That's where they're going to fuck up too, is they're going to put that on a pay-per-view card. They're going to put that on a fucking pay-per-view card and say, we want your money for this fight. Fuck that. That's fucking terrible. Get that shit off my fucking TV. Shout out to Florida State, though. They came back from down 10 to win by 5. So now I need Duke and USC women's. I think if you get a takedown, you have to do something with it. Exactly. They should devalue control a little bit. If you're not doing damage, it's like, what are we doing here? Go do fucking a grappling tournament. But again, it goes against Morales too, because he wasn't able to get out of those positions. He wasn't able to capitalize on the lack of offense from Rosas. I didn't even look at Morales' face. I felt like neither of those guys scratched each other in that fight. There was absolutely nothing landed in that fight by either guy. Get that shit off my fucking main card. They're going to put that shit. They're going to put Raul Rosas trying to do that on a pay-per-view. Get the fuck out of here. Those girls put on a better fight than that. Lupe Godinez and that Brazilian chick, that fight was 10 times better than that fight. Oh, those are some good prelims right there. Jim Miller versus Chase Hooper. Jan Zozan versus Jen Jardoba. Dan Ige versus Sean Woodson's a good one. And Krylov versus the homie Dominic Reyes. I hope Reyes can pull that one out. That's a tough one for him. That's a tough one. Edgar Shirez putting it on for Mexico versus CJ Vergara. So CJ Vergara, it says he's from America, but Vergara, I'm sure, is some type of Latin. Yes, Raul was sniffing crotch and dry humping back in that fight. He won in one of the most abysmal performances he could have turned in. If you had him on your parlays, congrats. Raul, he won a decision. But if you watch the fight, I apologize. That fight was fucking terrible. There wasn't even much for me to commentate. It was boring. And again, grappling purist. I love grappling. I grappled for like fucking 30 years of my life. That fight was fucking terrible. Very unentertaining fight. I get it. A win's a win. You're just trying to get the win, but the UFC should punish that style of fighting as opposed to rewarding that style of fighting. Like, when you win, you move up in the rankings. He should stay right where he's at. There's no realm where he should move up in the rankings. That fight was fucking ass. Him and his fucking played out Chiwiwis thing. I was on the team. I like the Chiwiwis. Yes, Mason. Rosas won. Boring fight. I was a fan of the Chiwiwis till he fights like that and they fucking play it out too much. Now they lost me. Turning in my Chiwiwis. My Chiwiwis has been turned in. That shit was fucking terrible. That fight made my back hurt. Oh, what a boring fight. I'm sure that fight put people to sleep. That's like if you're tired and you want to get some rest, you watch a Raul Rosas fight. Edgar Shirez says he's coming into boxing this fight. He was training with some Mexican boxers. Hopefully the rest of these Mexicans put on, because tonight Raul Rosas did the Mexican people disservice with that boring shit. And the arena's full too. So that fight was fucking terrible. There are some problems with your live quality. Oh my god. I can't say enough negative things about that fight. I fully support grappling when you're trying to win the fight, submit the guy, land ground and pound. But when you're trying to just straight up hump the guy and crotch sniff, get off my TV, bro. Get off my fucking TV, bro. Thank you, Chano Hernandez, for the follow. You know, when Raul Rosas fights, it's the crotch sniffies. Crotch sniffies. Crotch sniffies. Like, that's one of those fights. Like, you'd be embarrassed to be like, yo, man, I love fighting. You want to watch fighting with me? And then you put on Raul Rosas fights. Like, yo, this dude, the whole fight, this dude's just trying to put his balls in this guy's face. What are we watching? What are we doing here? Crotch sniffies. Get that shit off my fucking TV, bro. Like, if you follow Raul Rosas, you should unfollow him after that fight. Imagine calling yourself a fan of that. Fucking trash. Crotch sniffies. And the guy looks like he was drawn by a little kid with a fucking crayon. Like, pound for pound, no homo, the ugliest dude in MMA. Also has the boringest fighting style in MMA. Oh, they just they gave me nothing, and they just had a bunch of things pop in. Yeah, Rosas won. Boring fight. Who you got? CJ? I mean, I'm going to root for the Mexican guy, or think the Mexican guy is going to win. CJ looks like Dominican Kevin Lee. I could see that. Is that what Vergara is, Dominican? I know he's from America. This is a Mexican versus an American. But let's see real quick. 11-6 versus 12-6. You got the Mexican guy. Chairez is a minus 280 favorite. I don't know. It might be a fight you stay away from. 11-6 versus 12-6. If anything, maybe you lean towards the underdog. But it depends on what is Vergara. He's American, but what is he? He's from San Antonio, so he might be Mexican. He's lost 2 in a row, though. But now, is this his fight in front of his ancestors? I'm leaning towards Vergara. The other dude's 1-2. He lost to Joshua Van by decision. Joshua Van's good. I don't know. I'd stay away from this fight, to be honest with you. I like Vergara as the underdog. Oh, my God. My live is flagged for hate speech and hateful behaviors. What did I say? Where was their hate speech? See, that's why TikTok's always fucking with me. CJ's Mexican? Yeah, so I might actually be leaning towards CJ in this fight. How much for what poster? Throw me a follow, guys, because I might have to hop out and restart my live because they flagged me for hate speech. The fuck did I say? Dr. Jesus Rincon, what's up? Torres Dober. I'm seeing a lot of people pick Dober, but I don't know. I feel like Dober has Matt Frivola. I think since that Matt Frivola fight, he's been a little off. Matt Frivola fucking him up. And Torres is tough. Plus his fights in Mexico. The Conor and Mendes poster. Yeah, it's signed. It's official. It's one of 125. That's fucked up. He is Mexican, apparently. Jake Miles said he knows him. They're in the cage. They're about to start. Yeah, I'm going Vergara in this fight. It's not for sale. I've looked it up. It's pretty expensive, and I wouldn't want to. It's one of a kind. You can't really find them online for sale. The one I did see online for sale wanted an outrageous amount of money. Chavez looks bigger, but Chavez win 100. You ain't giving me 10K for it. 10K, I'd be like, sold. And then I would take the 10K and I'd go buy the one for 4 and make 6. I wouldn't let go of it for 2K if I could see it. You could look it up online. There's someone trying to sell one for, I think, 4 or 5 grand. And you can't find them. Like, if you go on eBay, that's usually the gauge for selling items. Nobody's sold one. There's only 125 or 126 in the world. And that's arguably one of the greatest cards. First round, 3:30 left. Slow pace to the first round so far. UFC 189 is one of the best UFC cards ever. Robbie Lawler versus Rory McDonald, Bermudez versus Stevens, Conor versus Mendez. There was some bangers on that card. Very slow start to the round so far. I don't know if anyone is winning, per se. I'd say, I guess, Chavez, according to the stats. Oh, yeah, he just dropped Vergara. Yeah, so Chavez is winning now. Oh, they just rainbow wheeled me. Oh, yeah, it's done. Not yet, but Vergara is in some trouble. He's about to get rear naked choked. He's got to fight the hands. Fight the hands. He just got dropped again. The choke's in right now, but yeah, it's over. Rear naked choke win for Chavez. Yeah, he got dropped twice. He got caught with a right hand, then he was on his bicycle, then he got hit with a left hook, right hand combo dropped, and then he got his back taken, rear naked choked. I've got almost all signed posters and pieces of used event canvas. Need 2 more to complete both. That's pretty sweet. Yeah. Whoa. I told everybody stay away from that fight, and then I did pick Vergara when his boy came in the chat and said that he needed this fight and that he's Mexican, so I thought, I initially said stay away from that fight. Luckily, I did not bet that fight, but yes, I chose the wrong guy. You did. You did say Chavez. I was leaning Chavez until I convinced myself Vergara. But again, definitely was a fight to just stay away from. It's tough fighting a Mexican in their backyard. I didn't think all the fans lost Saul Goodman watching that fight. Rosas spent 15 minutes sniffing that dude's neck, sniffing his crotch, dry humping his back. He landed like 6 arm punches. The fans lost. And I'll tell you when the fans are really going to lose is when they put Raul Rosas on a pay-per-view. And they try to let that performance be something we have to pay money for. See, now I'm happy Chavez won, though. I can't lie, because he's emotional. This is a big moment for him fighting in Mexico. They said that he trained at a bunch of Mexican gyms and shit before the fight. Or was that Vergara at the Mexican gyms? I forget. But yeah, that Rosas fight was fucking atrocious to watch. And I am a grappling diehard, a purist, but that was just terrible. Yes, next up is Manuel Torres versus Dober. It should be Torres Dober, then Kelvin versus Pfeiffer, but Pfeiffer apparently got sick, and they pulled that fight. Which really weakened this card. I think they should have put, I guess they want to, even that, they have it on the prelims, I think, or is that on the pay-per-view, Yair versus Pitbull, but they could have put Pitbull and Yair on this fight card. Yeah, they made a star somehow in Rosas, but he's fucking terrible. Yeah, I feel bad for Vergara. Erceg to win. Erceg's back is against the wall, definitely. He's lost 2 in a row. I'm leaning towards Moreno. Rosas is not he is a favorite, though. People seem to like the kid. He has a huge social media following. The UFC's shoving him down our throats. I think he's atrocious to watch, and he's fucking annoying. The Chiwiwis was cool the first couple times, then they played it out. And now it's the crotch sniffies. Crotch sniffies. Crotch sniffies. No, he has the crotch sniffies. No Chiwiwis, crotch sniffies. That's what Chiwiwis means, the crotch sniffies. In Mexico, I gotta root for Moreno. You can't have some fucking Australian dude come in and win a fight in Mexico. It's bad enough Drew Dober might knock out Torres right now. The thing with Dober, too, though, I feel like Dober, he's caught in this situation where he probably leaves a lot of it in the gym because he's constantly sparring Usman and Gaethje. Like, he winds up being like their number one sparring partner whenever they would have fights. Probably's taken a lot of shots to the head, has some brain damage from sparring with those guys. Oh, man. So this guy's crying because his grandpa passed away. That sucks. I lost both my grandpas, so I get it. So that's why he's emotional. He said 1 year ago, my grandpa was here watching me. Now he's not, but he has a front row seat in heaven. Oh, so it was a left hook that he first dropped him with. A leaping left hook, then the right hand the next time, followed by a left hook. Right hand behind the ear, dropped him. Then he jumped on his back. Yeah, I feel bad for Vergara, too, though. He probably is Mexican, went to his home country, his family's home country to fight. Yeah, I'm now a Charez fan. I didn't really know much about him going into this. Probably watched his last fight, but it didn't really register. But his story he just told right there, he made me a fan. Jose, thank you for the follow, brother. I appreciate it. This next fight, though, should be a banger. What do you guys think of Diego Lopez? Is he going to beat Volkanovski? I think Volkanovski is going to beat the brakes off of him. And I think it's going to be a one-sided dragging. I think it'll be the return of Volk. I think he had that fight with Islam, the first one, could have maybe got the decision. It was close. Deserved the rematch. Didn't get the rematch. Then got the short notice call. Answered it. Got knocked out. And that kind of led to his downfall a little bit. Then he had the Ilya rematch when he kind of wasn't ready for it. Just had gotten his chin checked and knocked out. I think he would have lost to Ilya anyway, but could have put up a better fight. Usually guys after 35 don't win title fights, but I think in a couple weeks, Volkanovski's going to re-win that featherweight belt. I don't think Lopez is a champion. I think Evovlev should be getting this fight. I think beating Aljamain is more impressive than beating Brian Ortega. And that Dan Ige fight. Go watch that Dan Ige fight. Dan Ige took that fight on 24 hours notice, and he was mauling Lopez in the third round. Jeff Neal versus Prates is canceled. Neither guy will fight on the card, and they're rebooking Prates. Man, Will Torres got 14 first-round finishes. Everything screams right now that these two are going to kill each other. Drew Dober versus Manuel Torres. Coming up next. This next fight, I think I'm going with Torres. I've seen a lot of people picking Dober. But I think it's going to be a tough night for Dober. Again, I feel like Dober's got some CTE from sparring so many hard rounds with Usman and Gaethje. Not to mention, he's been in some tough fights. No, it hasn't started yet. I have over 1.5 rounds. I don't know. Both guys usually start pretty fast, but then they were just saying, the announce team was just saying that both guys said that they're going to try a patient approach to this fight. So let's see how that happens. I mean, Dober is tough to finish. I've seen that Torres has a lot of first-round finishes, but he wasn't fighting Drew Dober. Dober, if I'm not mistaken, Dober needs this win. Like bad. Let me see. Yeah, Dober's lost 3 of his last 4. He's lost 2 in a row. Like, he needs this win bad. That would serve him to take his time a little bit and not walk into something stupid. Torres lost his last fight, that war with Bahamondes. If I remember correctly, that fight was crazy, so hopefully He's coming in with a relaxed game plan as well. Dober is a slight underdog. Dober does, but so does Torres. Torres got a lot of first round finishes. It's a scrap. On paper, this is probably fight of the night. I think this probably has a better chance over Moreno versus Erceg, but we'll see. Just checking on some bet slips. Sometimes I'm stupid and I'll bet fucking, especially it's March Madness. You got to bet the games. But I'll bet women's college basketball. And these lesbian bitches right now are fucking me over. All right, they came back a little bit. They're down by 2 at halftime. USC. The Trojans. I need the Trojans and Duke. That's what I need right now. Men's Duke, USC Trojans. And I could always use an Otani home run. I stay fucking with Otani. I like Otani. Otani. Where the fuck? It didn't start yet. They're probably walking out now, about to pop up in the ring. Bruce Buffer's going to do his job. All right, third started. Trojans tied it up. I just need the Trojans to pull ahead. Duke should be good. I just need the Trojans to stop fucking around. Bruce Buffer. The main event of the evening. All right, they're out here now. Drew Dober out here looking like Drew Dober. Feed you a lock. I mean, there's no locks in fighting. That's why fighting's so tough. I bet hockey, baseball. I stay away from basketball. I do bet college basketball though. But I stay away from NBA. Come on, why is this thing not working on here? And when the action begins. Alright, you need Mike Beltran for this fight. Definitely don't need what's his name? Mark Goddard. That fucking buffoon. Round one, little feeling out process. Both guys looking a little patient. Oh, Dober's got dropped. Up. They're done. Dober's out. Yeah, Dober's got knocked out. Yeah, Dober's got knocked out. Yeah, Dober got fucked up. I don't know if my thing just crashed, but I had to restart it. But I stay away from NBA because it's very inconsistent. This has been a terrible year for NBA. I used to always bet NBA, especially last year, last few years. Always had success, but now this year, it's been fucking terrible. You always get sold by somebody. Big 1-2. Dober was out, holding on to his ankle, getting hammer fisted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He ate about 17 hammer fists. About 17 hammer fists there for Drew Dober. to the neck, side of the head, back of the head. Yeah, Dobra got his whole shit rocked. His whole shit rocked. I wouldn't be surprised if Dober takes his gloves off after that. He's got fucked up. No. Are you fucking kidding me? That's such bullshit. El Chigon. Thank you for the follow. Good performance there by Torres. Fucking dickhead. Mike Beltran out here dishing out some CTE. Dishing out that CTE. Oh my God, USC, what are you doing? In honor of this main event, that it's in Mexico, I'm gonna go make myself some nachos. Right back. Manuel Torres knocked him out. Fight has been over. Manuel Torres, first round knockout. Dropped him with a 1-2. And then hit him with about 16 hammer fists. Yes, just now happened. TKO victory for the Mexican. It was rough to watch. Absolutely no. What did it say? Minute and 40 seconds? Let me see. Minute and 45 seconds. It looked like it was turning out to be like a drawn-out fight. They were both going slow, and then just Dober stepped into a crisp 1-2, got caught with both punches, dropped. He grabbed a single leg, like low on the ankle, and just got hammer-fisted 16, 17 times. Was out after the first 2 or 3, and the referee just was like, nah, he's coming back. Referee must have had some money on Dober. Or he saw Dober getting hit with the hammer fist and moving and took that as, oh, he's still moving? He was getting fucking pummeled. But, yeah, wasn't it the best stoppage? But now we got Erceg versus Moreno. Probably going to be a 5-rounder. I think they need to do Moreno, Henry Cejudo. That's the fight to do. There's beef. They have a background story. They need to do that fight before Henry's done. That could have been the main event tonight in Mexico. And it would have had a backstory. It would have had a whole fucking crowd going nuts for it. But instead, they give us the Australian guy in Mexico. Good matchmaking. This fight would be a banger if they would have put Cejudo versus Moreno. Like, I remember one time, I haven't spoken to him in a while, but, you know, he's a good dude. If I hit him up, I'm sure we pick up right where we left off. But Eric Albarracin, who is Cejudo's coach, one of the coaches at Fight Ready, but I used to talk to him a lot. And he told me, he's like, they hate each other, Moreno and Cejudo. They used to be really good friends. Moreno used to stay at Henry's house before he was like a millionaire and became a champion. And then that season of The Ultimate Fighter, I forget who it was against, who was the other coach against Cejudo, but they rigged it so that way Cejudo's friend, who was Moreno, would have to get picked by the other coach. Remember, he picked Pantoja as the 1 seed, and then whoever, if you pick the 1 seed, the 16 seed goes to the other team, and the 16 seed happened to be Moreno. So he wound up not going on Henry's team, and that created like beef between the two. And even leading up to that fight. So to get on that season, you had to be a champion, and Moreno wasn't a champion. So Henry Cejudo and Eric Albarracin helped him become a champion. They like made a phone call, got a promoter to give him a title fight. He got a title fight, wound up winning, and that's how he got on the show. Was like they got him on the show to have him on their team, and then they wound up not picking Moreno first, thinking Moreno will still be there, and they picked Pantoja, and it wound up Moreno going on the other team. And that created crazy, like, real beef between the two, that they're not friends no more. They fucking hate each other. And they need to do that fight. They should totally do that fight. They could have did that fight in Mexico, especially with Henry being the villain. Like, Eric Albarracin told me, every time they see Moreno, he thinks he's not sure if it's going to wind up being a fight between the two. Because they're both that kind of dude. Like, Henry's cocky, obnoxious. Moreno is cocky, obnoxious. Like, he thinks he's surprised that they haven't gotten into a street fight yet. And then the UFC has this fight here. You got Moreno kind of on the outskirts of the championship rankings right now. You got Cejudo on his way out. They need to make that fucking fight before it's too late. It's like they're blowing an opportunity. And that fight would be good. I'd watch that fight. That fight on paper looks like it could be legit. And you'd rather, if Cejudo's passing a torch, you'd rather him pass the torch to someone like Moreno versus, who did he fight last time? Song Yadong. Not the best matchmaking. But we got these guys coming out now. Let me go check on my nachos. We celebrating to Mexico. Check out Bruce Lee. Is Moreno one of the greatest flyweights of all time? And here we go. Bruce Buffer about to go to work. I'm eating my nachos to celebrate UFC Mexico. Shout out to all the Mexicans. Commission. Like, man, imagine if they did this and it was Cejudo versus Erceg. In Mexico, they'd be booing Cejudo. Cejudo would be like, come on, guys, I'm Mexican. They'd be like, fuck you. Oh, my God. 3-point lead. They keep fucking blowing their leads, Trojans. One more quarter. Tijuana, Mexico. Tijuana, Mexico. Tijuana, Mexico. Worst nickname, the Assassin Baby. But round one. I mean, Astro Boy is not much better. Round one. Fight. Brandon Moreno, Steve Erceg. 15 seconds in. A little bit of feinting, little feeling out process. Little glancing left hand lands for Moreno. Erceg looks like the bigger of the two. Little low kick lands for Erceg. Ooh, good left hook to the body there by Moreno. Good left kick to the body by Moreno. Little short left hook just landed for Erceg. Ooh, nice little right hand landed for Erceg. Little jab, counter right hand. Jab landed for Moreno. Little counter right hand for Erceg. There's a little left hook for Moreno. Oh! Little two punch. Uppercut right hand landed for Moreno. Rocked Erceg a little bit, but he's good. Little right hand just landed for Erceg. Good low kick for Erceg. Ooh, good right hand landed for Moreno. Ooh, good right hand left hook to the body for Erceg. I'd say good round so far for both guys. Edge to Moreno. Ooh, good right hand just landed for Moreno. Backed Erceg up. Ooh, good right hand just landed for Erceg. Another low kick lands for Erceg. $16-9 so far. Advantage Moreno in significant strikes. Good body kick lands for Moreno. 45 seconds left here in the first round. Good right hand for Erceg. Ooh, good right hand from Moreno. I mean, Erceg is getting hit with some good right hands, but usually not too many knockouts at 125. That'd be 1-0 Moreno. Thank you for the follow, Publita. Big right hand for Moreno. Definitely 1-0 Moreno so far. Oh, nice head kick by Moreno. Or by Erceg, blocked by Moreno. Oh, another good right hand from Moreno. Again, never a lot of stoppages or knockouts at 125, but good chin displayed so far by Erceg. Good straight right to the body. Good right hand counter by Erceg. Ooh, good step and knee for Erceg. Ooh, good step in low kick by Moreno. Ooh, another one. Tuning up the inside low kicks on Erceg. Good jab for Erceg. Swing and a miss with a right hand by Moreno. Good left hook on the break by Moreno. Ooh, good right hand, left hook by Erceg. Just rocked Moreno. He fired back, but nothing landed. Biggest punch of the fight so far right there, in my opinion. Landed by Erceg. Good jab by Moreno. Ooh, nice single leg attempt into some punches by Moreno. Two minutes left here in the second round. I'm leaning towards Erceg in this second round. Ooh, good low kick by Moreno. Ooh, big right hand just landed for Moreno. Erceg ate it well. But he is backing up right now. Ooh, good uppercut left hook just landed for Erceg. Minute 15 left. Good low kick for Erceg. Now this round could go either way. I'd lean a little bit more towards Moreno now after that last combination landed. Ooh, good right hand by Moreno. Little low kick. Ooh, they trade low kicks. 45 seconds left. Little left hook landed for Moreno. Good counter right hand for Erceg. Swing and a miss with a right hand by Moreno. Good right hand lands for Erceg. Could go either way this round. I'm going to give it to Moreno. Wouldn't be surprised if it's 1-1, but I think it's 2-1 or 2-0. Moreno right now. Very competitive second round there. Anybody who's watching the fight, how'd you score that second round? Very competitive second round. Let me see you. Let me see you. This is the queen, Joanna Jones-Jacek. Both guys landed some big shots in that second round. Erceg's got some bruising on his face. Moreno looks all right now. Round 3. We know this is going 5. Both guys trade jabs. Misses with a leaping left hook, Moreno. Good head movement from Moreno, though, trying to set up his punches. Good jab by Erceg. A lot of posturing, swings, and misses this round. Ooh, there's a good uppercut for Erceg. Good low kick from Moreno. Another good low kick from Moreno. Much slower pace of this there. Ooh, good combination. Little right hand, left hook landed for Erceg. This round's up for grabs right now. Ooh, good step and knee for Erceg. Little jab, jab into a step and knee. Odds right now. Moreno minus 195, Erceg plus 150. I think Erceg's winning this third round, though. The stats say otherwise. The stats say he's had 24-18 Moreno in this round. Close round. I was leaning Erceg. The stats say a little bit more Moreno, but I'm going to give that round to Erceg. I felt like he landed the more effective strikes in that third round. Moreno didn't do a lot. I'll keep you here. I'll let you stay, Joe. What do we got? Oh, the rainbow wheeling me. Come on. Round 4. Odds right now. Minus 145 for Moreno, plus 114 for Erceg. Hold on, Joe. Hold on. Sit still. Oh, come on, USC. Put this game away. I'm a little bit distracted as well watching my basketball bet. Oh, they missed. All right, shooting foul. That's good. Oh, good right hand just landed for Moreno. It might be 3-0 Moreno. It might be 2-1 Moreno. Good left hook to the body for Moreno. Misses with the follow-up to the head. Oh, good body kick for Erceg. Nice little leaping left hook. Glances for Moreno. Erceg circles out, though. Oh, no, they scored. Moreno's winning right now. Close fight, though. Definitely Moreno's landing the more effective shots, though. Good body kick for Erceg. Not enough, though, for Erceg. That's why he's not able to steal these rounds. Moreno's definitely doing more. Takedown attempt by Moreno. 15 seconds left here in the fourth. But yeah, it's definitely Moreno's fight. And I don't think Erceg's coming out and knocking him out. There's a takedown from Moreno. Erceg pops back up. Focus on your recovery. Focus on your recovery. Couple of close rounds, but they were Moreno's. So, round 5. Good jabs landed for Erceg. But yeah, Erceg's a couple good jabs, but he's kind of fighting defeated right now. Keeps pulling his kicks back. I'm seeing a lot of 3-1s for Moreno. That seems like the right scorecard. I'm seeing 2-2 from some guy named Korean John. I don't know about that. But I wouldn't be surprised. They don't have Mexican judges here. They have American judges in Mexico. So maybe they're judging the fight like, I'm not going to let the crowd influence me, and they're giving rounds to Erceg. I mean, if these scorecards are 2-2, that's a little bit of a robbery. Good body kick. Left hook lands for Moreno. I mean, very safe bet. I think anyone who bet this fight going over 4.5 or this fight going the distance. Little glancing right hand from Moreno. Oh, I just need these bitches to hold. Nice little right hand counter from Erceg lands. Couple swings and misses from both guys. Little glancing left hook on the exit lands for Erceg. Nothing significant. Little jab for Erceg. Little glancing head kick. He blocked it, DC. Don't get too excited. I mean, Erceg's outlanded Moreno in this fifth round, but that third round, maybe Erceg. But Moreno's going to end this fight on top. 35 seconds left. Yeah, that'll seal the fight 100% for Moreno, and then the fight on top. Why is there a crazy long timeout on this fucking women's game? 4-1 Moreno, more than likely. How'd you guys score that fight? I thought it was a pretty clear 4-1. In Mexico, wouldn't be surprised if we got 5-0. The close rounds weren't that big of a discrepancy in the strikes landed that I don't think Erceg clearly won any rounds. I don't know about 3-2. I think 4-1. Yeah, the judges agreed 4-1. 49-46, all three judges. I think the third round was the only round that Erceg stole, and it was a very close round. They could have gave it to Moreno for being Mexican in Mexico. Yes. These USC Trojan bitches. These USC Trojan bitches. Nice job, hoes. Nice job, hoes. Yes, I agree, Trent. 4-1. All the judges saw it the same as well. We're in the black today. These USC Trojan hoes getting the job done. Now I just need Duke to maintain their 9-point lead. I'd like a bigger lead than that, but they should beat Alabama. And then today will be a good day. Dreisaitl. Bro wants DC to admit that he's the best boxer. Brandon Moreno is not the best boxer. What are we talking about, Brandon Moreno? You sound like an idiot saying some shit like that. Henry Cejudo. That's the fight they need to make. Henry Cejudo versus Brandon Moreno at UFC Noche. The battle of the Mexicans. They have bad blood, they do not like each other, and they are both Mexican. That's the fight to make. The battle of the Mexicans. Come on, bro. Don't interview Steve Erceg. Don't even interview this fucking guy. Well, UFC Mexico, good card, some good fights. Not really interested in the post-fight press conference for this one. Honestly, don't care what a lot of the guys on the card do next. Not being racist, just being honest. But yeah, 82-67 total strikes, 75-64 significant strikes, 1-0 on takedowns. Again, I don't really care for 125-pound fights. They're up there with women's fights for me. I could do without them. I don't think they should be main events ever. But whatever. I'm not the matchmaker. But all you guys on TikTok, please throw me a follow. I'll be live. Pretty sure this fight's next week, but I got some hoes to go chill with at this point. So not gonna stay on for too much longer. Throw me some follow. Actually, give me a topic. What you guys want to talk about before I sign off? UFC 314 coming up. We'll talk about Mexicans. Do you guys think Lopez can beat Volkanovski? Me personally, I think Volkanovski's going to beat the brakes off of Lopez. I think it's going to be a very one-sided fight. I got Volkanovski all day in that one. Volkanovski all day. Anybody riding with Lopez? Yeah, I don't think Lopez has a chance. My main example, again, I said it before, is that Dan Ige third round, where he literally was dying against Dan Ige on a day's notice. Now, again, not taking anything away from Dan Ige. Dan Ige is good, but he's no Volkanovski. He's fucking Dan Ige. Especially on a day's notice. He should have fucked Dan Ige up on a day's notice. Dan Ige was giving him major problems. Shout out Proper 12, President McGregor. Shout out to President McGregor. If you guys lived in Ireland, would you vote for Conor McGregor? Do you feel like Conor McGregor would be a good president or a good representative of your country? I do. I would elect, if we could elect Conor as to a government position here in the United States, I would totally do it. Get Anthony Smith off my fucking TV, bro. I thought I was done with this fucking guy. Get him off my TV. Hate Anthony Smith. Worst analyst to listen to. Done with Anthony Smith. That one, I have a cool Anthony Smith that follows me. I fuck with that guy. I don't fuck with the other Anthony Smith, though, the one that fights. That guy fucking sucks. I don't fuck with that guy. Conor for Emperor of the World? Yeah. I'd vote for him. I would vote for him. But Brandon Moreno with the decision win. Again, 125-pound fights are like women's fights. I don't think they should ever be the main event of any card. So that's just my 2 cents. I think they should be like feature fights or main event of prelims or the first card on the pay-per-view maybe, but definitely should never be a main event. I think that shit's trash when they put them as the main event. Oh, come on, Otani. Otani swinging fucking 3-0 at a ball and popping out to center field. You piece of shit. But yeah, I enjoyed these fights tonight. Nothing stood out to me, though. Let me see what we have next. Even when here's Erceg had his strong second round, third round as well were pretty good. Moreno never took his foot off the gas. He was the one who Alan Jouban, though. Was never a big Alan Jouban fan, but I don't mind Alan Jouban as an analyst. He comes on my radio sometimes. He has a show on Sirius Satellite. That's not a bad listen. Next fight is... Oh my god. Josh Emmett versus Lerone Murphy as a main event. Get the fuck out of here, bro. If that's the main event, I can only imagine how terrible this undercard is. That's fucking embarrassing. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the fuck? Co-main event, Joanderson Brito versus Pat Sabatini. Really, bro? Chang Ho Lee versus Contavious Rumios. This is like the worst card ever. This is up there with that card that just happened a few weeks ago. Holy shit. I contemplated not even going live today because that fight card was so fucking weak. That stripper chick is on this card, though. Vanessa Demopoulos. I always tune into her fights. Maybe you get a nip slip or something. She's fighting some cute Brazilian chick. Talita Alencar. But wow. 4, 9, 13 fights. All of them are fucking terrible. Who won? Moreno won. 4-1. Pretty clear victory for him. Really big fight. Main event is fine, but it would have to be DJ. No, there's no 125-pound fight. DJ Cejudo should be the co-main event to a better fight. Women and 125-pound fights should not be main event fights. If you're trying to get diehards to watch, okay, whatever. But if you're trying to attract new audiences, I have better main events at the Chimney. Oh, yeah. I mean, a good street fight's always good, but 125 and women's fights, I'm good on. I don't need to watch that shit. This card next week, I'll be live for it, but I'll definitely just be live for the main card. This undercard looks terrible. The main card looks terrible. Hopefully it winds up being good fights, but it's at the Apex. Like, this was a weak card, but it was in Mexico, so you knew it was going to be a banger, and at least the guys were going to put on. If you're telling me you got that card in the Apex or this card that's coming up in the Apex, there's nothing good about that. That sounds like a bad time. But again, shout out to those USC Trojan hoes with the dub. Now I just need Duke to lock up. They're up right now. I need Duke to lock up. And then today's a nice victory. Knock on wood. So Moreno beats Steve Erceg. I don't care what either guy does next, so we're not going to talk about that. If you guys on TikTok over here, do me a follow. Do me a favor, throw me a follow. Again, not the card that we're really going to sit and chop it up. So, not much to talk about after that one. Shit was trash. I don't see a lot for anyone in the future going forward that was on that card. Maybe Manuel Torres. But who'd he just lose to? He just lost to somebody. Oh, he lost to Bahamundez. So if he can keep winning, he stays on Bahamundez's tail, but he's always going to be beneath Bahamundez. But, man, this card next week totally fucking zapped me when I saw this card. Like Josh Emmett versus Lerone Murphy. That should be maybe the first or second fight on a card or the main event of a prelim. No realm of reality should that be the main event of a card, even if it's at the fucking Apex. That sounds fucking terrible. Terrible. How are they doing this to fans? They want me to tune in and watch this shit? Like, at this point, they're just pandering to diehards. They're not trying to give us something good. This is like a filler fight card. I want good shit. I don't want this trash. But throw me some likes. Throw me some follows. I'm going to get out of here. I'm just going to keep rambling about how terrible this upcoming fight card is. The fights were good tonight, but I don't care where they all go forward. So, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Well, see you later. Again, throw me the follows. I'm always live on the fights. I'll start putting out some more content. Hopefully, maybe this week. Hopefully soon. But again, I appreciate you guys for joining me. I got to